Well, I want to say how I'm so impressed at the lens with which the distance plan is being offered. Um, you know, I realize I'm so relieved that we're not just taking in-person learning and transferring that to a digital platform or a distance platform. And I hear Dr. Presidio, the pedagogical shift that is being done to not just support students' academic needs, but also the very real limitations in resources, conditions, mental and emotional bandwidth of our students, our parents, our teachers. So I can't overstate enough how savvy I think this approach is in trying to be holistic and realistic with the context that we're in. And I hope that we can all continue to adjust our expectations as staff, as parents, um, of what the upcoming months are going to look like, because what you've offered is a recipe for success in the situation that we're in. And you know, having ourselves realize what's reasonable to achieve during this time is, I think, is a really big part of seeing ourselves as successful. So I don't really have specific questions, but I did just want to offer a few comments and some things I'm hearing from my community. So I am, just to continue on with the my reflections on this plan, though I am supportive of the asynchronous and synchronous combination, because I think it reflects being sensitive again to what students can actually do, their conditions, their resources at home during this unprecedented time. I'm really pleased to hear about the focus on maintaining relationships between teachers and students. I think you said it, Dr. Presidio, that it's critical that we try and give our kids some sense of normalcy. And so I'm glad to hear that as a key component. I'm concerned about requiring teachers or students to show up at any particular time, just because situations have changed. So I ask that you keep an eye on that and see what can be adjusted. I'm very eager to hear about how we're going to best support our students with special needs in this circumstance. I've heard from members of the special education PTA, as well as individual parents of children with special needs. And I think there's some level of understanding that students, won't be able to receive the level of services that they had while in the school building. But of course, there is hope that something can be done to mitigate their, being left further, behind or not receiving what they need. So very eager to hear about that. And I just want to share publicly that, Dr. Brabrand did announce to staff and our public that distance learning would be starting April 14th, but I have heard many different stories about different levels of outreach happening either by class or school by school. And that's just the nature of our very large system. So I ask, just please be aware of that. And I understand that the directive has been given and that's just what happened. And finally, I'll just say that I am hear from the leadership team your recommendations about the four options that VDOE is providing about promotion, and the three that we have left
Ms. Barron.
So thank you.